Oh, what's going on, YouTube? It's Jason ChiHammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and I got another game against you for you today at Buckeye Battles Round 4 2017. Guys, it's the Super Bowl of 9th Age. Now, somebody asked me the other day, they were like, what's a bigger tournament, this one in Ohio or the one in Spain? And I explained it to somebody very simply. The Buckeye Battles is the Super Bowl of this game, whereas the ETC is the World Cup of this game. and it makes total sense. It's probably the best analogy I could come up with. Anyways, guys, I'm excited about round 4. Round 4, I'm actually playing against Mark. Mark, I don't know how to say the hell. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, so I'm just gonna say Mark from Green Dragon Gaming. And if you guys haven't caught his channel, check out his channel. I will tell you, I'm going to put the link in the description box down below, but by the time I get to that part, I'll probably forget and just put my Patreon and forget. Anyways, Mark is, I found out that I'm going to play Mark the day before. And the funny part about this is Mark played my brother on Game 1. So before Game 1, we were driving from Chicago to Ohio. I was looking at Mark's list for my brother, and I kept on thinking to myself, like, Jesse, you have the tools to deal with this guy. I don't have the tools to deal with him. I'm lucky I'm not playing him round 1, but you're going to have to play him, and he has these double organ guns. These double organ guns with +1 a wound, one's flaming. Oh my god, you know, I'm like, man, I'm glad I don't have to play him, but now I have to fucking play him. Not only that, I had a great great games day 1 where I'm actually pretty high up on the points. I think right now at this moment we were like tied for like 9th or 10th place roughly, and it wasn't only me. It was me, Mark here. He's at 50 points. I'm at 50 points. My brother's at 50 points, or actually I think he's a little bit lower than 50. I think he was a little lower than 50. I think he was like at 45. Which he's playing Ryan right next to me, like literally right next table. He's playing Ryan Bowes. Anyways, there's a couple other players that were just around that 50 mark, so it was kind of interesting to see, like, oh wow, this is like the second tier of players, because the first tier is like these guys who are just crushing every game, 20-0, 20-0, 20-0, 20-0, and they were fighting it out at table 1s and 2s and 3s, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, and we're not far off. But it really depends. If somebody wins big on this game right here, we're gonna go to the top table, you know. So I was like, oh man, and I'm like playing my ass off. I came into Buckeye Battles with 3 goals in mind. 3 goals in mind. Goal number 1 was to be the best Orc and Goblin player, and I've been teasing Gene Phelps the whole time. Gene from More Gaming from the Balcony, because every time I've ever been to a tournament with Gene, he always brought his Orcs and Goblins. So he's always like, I'm gunning for you, Silva. I'm gunning for you. I want that Orc and Goblin award. And this year I go up to Gene, and he's playing Kingdom of Ecotane. And I'm like, Gene, are you going to let me get the best Orc and Goblin award? And he goes, I don't know. I'll think about it. So that was my first goal. My second goal is to finish in the top 5. Or top 10, excuse me. Top 10. Because if you finish in the top 10 out of 102 players, that's extremely respectable. That is extremely, like, you know your shit, you are legit, right? So I'm just like, that's my goal. And then my third goal, alright, this is kind of like a rivalry goal, was to be over Chris Mintz. Chris Mintz is the captain of Team USA. I am the captain of Team Mexico. So if I could get there, that just, to me, it's like, haha, Mexico triumphed, you know? So that was kind of my whole goal right there. So going into this game, or going into the night before. The night before, we're leaving here. We're all going to dinner. We're going to dinner with Mark. Okay, Mark and Pretty Boy, and there was a giant group of us. I'll probably just put the picture up. I'm gonna find the picture. I put it on Instagram, but here's a bunch of us just eating dinner together. And Creep and Phil Carl and Jesse and Todd Wyatt and Ralph Leroy, and there was a bunch of people behind us, and the whole Detroit 9th Age group is Detroit Warhammer group is sitting on a table away from us, and we were having a good time. And then somebody pulls out the list and says, "All right, they have our matches for our next game. And I'm like, who am I playing? Well, I'm playing Mark. I was like, shit. And then you see Mark right away look at me, and he goes, Phil, switch seats with me. And he comes right up to me. James, what are you bringing? I was like, God damn it. My whole goal here, honestly, I brought a Monster Mash list because I realized, like, last minute, well, there's a couple reasons why I brought this Monster Mash list, but one of them was because there's a lack of cannons. There is a lack of cannons. Not that I knew there was going to be a lack of cannons, but in general, the most of the Midwest tournaments I go to, a lot of players don't play cannons, and then a lot of armies don't, the catapults don't scare me as much as cannons, because they don't get that +1 to hit, they don't get that strength 10, so, and then a lot of catapults actually got knocked down to only D3 wounds, so I'm just like, catapults don't scare me, but cannons do, you know what I mean? This guy's a dwarf player playing double organ guns, which are a little bit more devastating than cannons. Just a little bit more. So I'm like, son of a bitch. So we had a good time at dinner. Anyways, that night we ended up hanging out with Todd Wyatt, Jerry Parsley, and Ryan Capps eventually came into the room because they were like a hotel a couple doors down away from where we were staying, Jesse and I. So we hung out with them, we were talking, and I'm just thinking the whole time we're playing this game, we're playing Kings of Tokyo, where I was thinking the whole time, like, how the hell am I going to deal with double organ guns? How the hell? Then all of a sudden, I go to sleep, and when I wake up at like an hour before we needed to wake up, and I'm just pacing back and forth. I know I annoyed my brother. I'm pacing back and forth like, how the hell am I going to deal with double organ guns? I don't, he has the tools to kill my army. He really does have the tools to kill my army. So eventually we get there, and I'm just like, I am dreading this. So I came up with this whole strategy. Let's go over the list really quick, because I've been rambling for 7 minutes. But I'm going to go over the list really quick and show you guys what we have, what we both brought on the table, so you know where my strategy is coming from. Anyways, really quick, I'm going to run by this. I got my Forest Goblins with Banner of Discipline and the level 4 Pyromaniac Baxter. I got my Idol of Gork, the Great Green Idol. The Idol of Chicken, excuse me, Gork doesn't exist in this universe. Idol of Chicken from Chicken Rock and Chicken Head. Anyways, he's a lovely bastard if you could get him off a combo charge. Over here I got my K-Pack, the Koga Kaiser and Koenig, the Wolf Chariots, my 3 Wolf Chariots. I got my 5 Wolf Riders. I got King Koopa. King Koopa is a 1-up, 4-up. Goblin King. I got General Zod. Kneel before Zod. Anyways, I got my Common Goblins. 46 Common Goblins, 3 Shady Gits, and then the BSB with the War Banner. They all have bows, and then I have 30 Cave Goblins inside the mountain, and then I have the Space Rock, which I don't have the picture pulled up for some reason. Anyways, over here in this giant cluster fuck of what he has, as you can see, the 2 circle bases are his organ guns. He has 2 different organ guns. One's a flaming organ gun, one is a regular organ gun. They both have +1 to wound. Now, he has names for all his stuff. I know he called somebody Junior, which is one of the Vengeance Seekers. I know he called somebody Donkey. I don't know which one Donkey is. I'm sorry. Mark, if you haven't watched... I think Mark watches pretty much a lot of my battle reports, but Mark, if you don't know... I'm a racist bastard, and all dwarfs look the same to me. I'm just saying, all dwarfs look the same to me. Anyways, so he has a couple units of warriors, 10-man unit warriors. He has a runesmith with a bunch of spells. I got them actually posted right around here somewhere. Runesmith has Gleaming, Reckoning, and Resilience. He has his general who has like a strength. Okay, let's go over this. He's on a war throne. He has strength 6. He has a 1-up armor, 5-up board, 4-up board with the shield wall, of course. And then I don't know what else he has. He might just be strength 6. He might do multi-wounds. I don't think he does multi-wounds. Anyways, he does have the BSB. The BSB has a strength 10 weapon if you're toughness 5 or higher. He also has lightning reflexes. Okay, like he needs that. With hatred. Anyways, he has another 1-up armor, 5-up board. Then he has... do I have other pictures? Here's another picture. There we go. He has guild handgunners, Clan's marksmen, 10 of them. He has an engineer with a forge repeater. He has, like I said, he actually has this giant spear block, which I think this is really cool. He has this giant spear block with the flaming banner. Now, this is not the picture of that spear block, of course. I think it was the first picture I showed you. Anyways, he has this giant spear block with the hold stone. And the way the hold stone works is it allows him to attack or not have any flanks. Technically, everything's technically counted as the front. So you could you could charge a flank of his spears, you could charge the rear of his spears, whatever it is. He gets to attack with the full 3 ranks. The first 2 ranks, like if it was a front rank, a supporting rank, and the spears. That is cool. Who had the hold stone? I think it's the BSB actually. Yeah. Anyways. So that's pretty cool. He has the flaming banner with them, and then he has Deep Watch. He has 19 Deep Watch. He has the Rune of Dismay, which allows him to lower the charge by D6. So wherever you charge, if he rolls a D6, he could make you fail your charge. He has 2 Vengeance Seekers, and then he has some Rangers. Okay. Now here's the big deal. All right. Here's a picture of Mark while we talk. All right. It really came down to the strategy came down to how we deploy it. But the problem with deploying in this game, all right, was I want to know what the hell's going on with Lennon Fergus in this picture. Oh, Fergus is trying to get his army over Bill Miner. Anyways, the problem is how we deploy. If Mark plays where he puts his organ guns on the line, that could be a big mistake for him, and I could charge into his organ guns round 1 with a Wog and my Wolf Riders or my Chariots, and all I need really is one of them to get in to kill an organ gun, right? I mean, the Wolves had failed me before, but regardless, it stops him from shooting me turn 1, alright? But here's the big problem, is this game is counter thrust, and we have the exact same number of drops. So the only person who's going to benefit is the person who gets to drop the first unit, because he'll be able to get +1. Alright, anyways. Here's my magic spells. I got Twisted Effigy, I got Raven's Wing, I got Scorching Salvo, I got Immolation, I got Cascading Fire, I got Pyroclastic Flow, and I got Deceptive Glamour. And honestly, guys, it's been 12 minutes and I haven't even got to the game yet. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about this, but this is honestly how much I thought about this game, because this game was like the one game that was looming over me the whole night. Alright, anyways, as you can see, we start dropping. He drops, I drop, he drops, I drop, and I start going into this corner. I decided to just bunker down in this corner. I have some ruins that are covering basically my whole left side of the table. I'm hiding Zod because Zod has a flaming he has a regen, and unfortunately he has a flaming organ gun. So I'm just like, there's no point in me putting Zod out there just to get shot up in turn 1, and then I'm kind of SOL. I do have my common goblins in the ruins. I have my forest goblins in the ruins for the hell of it. We're playing secure target, so I place one target right by his red dice over there, hiding behind the hill so he can't kill it. And then I put my black orcs real skinny so he can't really shoot my black orcs with his organ guns. And I'm just going to run up to that objective. Alright, and then even though I placed everything out this way, what ended up happening is he put his organ guns as one of his last drops, and he put them far back enough where it's I can't charge him turn 1. So what I end up doing is I just put everything on the line because I have to rush forward to him. I have to rush him. I can't wait for him. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take advantage of my Vanguard, which was my second strategy. My second strategy was use the Vanguard to block my monsters or my chariots from getting shot and just mitigating how many hits I get. Alright, and then I decided to put Crom way over on the right side by his scenario, which is in the water right there. And I put Crom over on this side with Koopa, just because A, Crom doesn't have to get shot, and B, when Crom is ready, Crom could get a flank. Alright, anyways, so as you can see, this is kind of how it looks. He wins the roll-off. I do the Vanguard, and I put my Vanguard where I make a conga line where I cover my chariots and my spider from those organ guns. Okay, so now I'm just like, okay, he's still gonna shoot me, but it's gonna be mitigated a bit. Most people who are in leadership bubble of Zod are great. We're all good. Let's go ahead and start off this. And as you can see, we're gonna go ahead and start off. Oh, he does his hatred. Hatred are all the little red rubies. So he puts it on my dog, on my chariots, on my spider, on the common goblins, and on Zod. And let's go ahead and start off turn 1. Dwarven holds. He wins the roll off. So, oh, that's an old picture. You guys won't see it. Anyways, so as you can see, he moves up his deep watch. He has no fear at all. He moves up his vengeance seeker. He moves up his spear block. He has organ guns in range. He moves up these rangers by the hill, and it's gonna go ahead and start off magic. Magic. He got 6 power dice, and he goes ahead and gives these guys -1 to wound. Okay, not gonna matter too much. That's all that really happened. I don't think anything else really happened. So he's gonna start off the organ guns. Here it goes. Here it goes. That's a cool looking organ gun too, by the way. Whew, alright. Goes ahead and he shoots him, and he rolls a 6 and a 4, which makes it -1 to hit, and then he's also going to have long range and -1 to hit because of my dogs are in the way. He doesn't shoot the dogs, he shoots the monster, he shoots the chicken rock, and he gets off only 1 wound. I fucking lucked out. Holy shit. Second one shoots, and he doesn't get that many shots, and he only gets 1 wound. Holy shit. And that's it. That's all that happens. The handgunners had a hard time shooting because everybody's in the ruins. And basically, that was it. It's going to go ahead and start off turn 1. Turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. So I go ahead and I charge these Iron Orcs, the Iron Boys, into his Rangers. I'm like, get out of here. You guys are in my way. I don't want to deal with you guys. And he decides to flee. So he flees out that way. As much as I wanted to charge, I failed that charge, by the way. As much as I want to charge everybody else, it's not time to charge everybody else. So I go ahead and I decide to move the dogs up as chaff. I walk around his Vengeance Seeker, and I'm basically leaving the Vengeance Seeker's fate into my Cave Goblin's hands. My Cave Goblins have to kill the Vengeance Seeker. They have to kill the Vengeance Seeker. That means basically if he charges with the Deep Watch, if he charges with the Spears, he can't overrun close enough, and he's going to get hit with 3d6 Strength 5 impact hits. He's going to get hit with the Spider. And not only that, but if you notice, I moved Crom over closer so that way Crom could get in as well. I moved my Forest Goblins up because I knew his Rangers fled, and it's basically like an 11 or 12 inch charge for his Warriors on 2 dice to get in. So it's pretty far. So my Forest Goblins are my key to victory here. My Forest Goblins are basically the ones that need to take out his organ gun. So Magic Phase at the purple dice. I got 9 power dice. Go ahead and I do a boosted Scorching Salvo. I think I threw 4 dice on it, and I get triple 6s. Triple 6s. He looks at it like, fuck. Now, granted, pretty much the whole left side of the board is in the Scorching Salvo range, alright? So he's going to hit a lot of his shit. My whole goal was to hit the organ guns, and I decided to use my attribute on his flaming organ gun. So he's just like, he thought about it long and hard. Now, granted, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. This is 18 minutes in the video. We're still on turn 1. The game was really that long, like where we took forever on our turns because we're both like thinking like, holy shit, we don't want to make a mistake, right? So we ended up not finishing the game entirely. We only get to round 4. I'm being 100% honest with you guys up front, all right? And it wasn't because either one of us was slow playing. It was because both of us were just trying to play this game. So anyways, I go ahead and I do Scorching Salvo, and he decides, you know what? He's going to let me have it because he wants me to miscast. He's going to eat the spell with this guy over here, his Runesmith, and let it go. So here it goes. Boom! It starts killing off Deep Watch. Kills 2 Deep Watch. It kills 1 Spearman. It does 1 wound onto Junior or whoever that guy is. It goes ahead. Oh my god. It hits the 1 organ gun on the right, does like a wound or 2. Then I go ahead and do the organ gun in the middle, and I roll a 6 on the hits plus the D3. I roll like a 5 or a 4, and he's like, shit, and I just destroy the flaming organ gun. Anyways, I kill a couple of his warriors over here, kill off one of the rangers that's fleeing, and then I lose my spell. My miscast wasn't horrible. I only lost 6 Forest Goblins, and they don't panic because they have the Banner of Discipline, because that was the smartest thing the creep could have ever told me was, yeah, you should put Banner of Discipline on these guys so they stop blowing up. Anyway, oh man, shooting phase, guys, you do not fail me. Do not fail me. Kill that frickin' Vengeance Seeker. All these cave goblins are gonna shoot. Boom! Kill the Vengeance Seeker. Hell yeah. Alright, nobody panics. Nobody gives a fuck that Junior died. Alright, over here, I'm going to shoot the Bushwhackers and the Skull Splitter all into that other organ gun, and I get off a couple more wounds. I think he only has like a wound or two left, but that's okay. It's a good start. We got rid of one, the other one's almost dead, and that's how the table looks. I did shoot the bows from the Spider and the Chariots, but nothing really happened. The one mistake I think I made here is I kind of left Zod where he doesn't have room to charge out and do his own thing. But yeah, that's kind of how the table looks. And it's going to start off his turn. Turn 2, Green Dragon Gaming, turn 2. So, he charges Dragon Dwarves. Alright, he charges his Warriors, the long charge into my Force Goblins. I stand and shoot with Tomahawks. He was confused about this because he didn't believe that my Tomahawks couldn't reach that far. And I'm like, well, when it's stand and shoot, you always could basically stand and shoot. So I'm launching all my Tomahawks, like 20 or 30 Tomahawks, long distance. I don't kill a goddamn guy, and he fails the charge. So absolutely nothing happened. It was a waste of time. Alright, over here. Actually, I did kill 2. I killed 2. Huh. Didn't even think I did. I gotta give those guys points. Anyways, he does something really smart here. He charges his Runic Smith into my Chariots. My Chariots are basically useless if anybody gets in contact with them before I charge what I want to charge. And he decides, you know what, his Runic Smith's not getting chaffed. His General's getting chaffed, but his Runic Smith needs like a 10 to get into my dogs. And I'm like, fuck. I'm gonna stand and shoot him anyways. But it didn't matter. He fails the charge. I didn't wound him, and he just stumbles out of the unit. His spear block does charge into my dogs to get him out of the way, and like I said, that guy stumbles forward. So he doesn't do much moving. He rallies the Rangers on the left. His Warriors stumble forward. His handgunners are in a good spot. His Organ Gun's gonna go nuts on something, and it's gonna go ahead and then this guy over here. This guy might be Junior. I don't know which one Junior is. I'm gonna call them both Junior. This guy over here comes over to Koopa, and Koopa's just like. I left Koopa on this side just to clear out those Warriors. I know Koopa can clear out a unit of 10 Warriors. I've done it numerous times. The only thing is I need to keep that objective clean. Anyways, and then over here he starts Magic. Magic, he gives these guys like -1 to hit. I let it go through. He gets them -1 to wound. I think I tried to stop it. I just failed. Shooting phase, he's going to shoot his Forge Repeater into my Common Goblins, kill 1. He shoots the Marksman into my Skirmishers, kills off 2 of them. He shoots the Organ Gun into the Space Rock, does 1 more wound. I am so freaking lucky. I'm also using the hill to my advantage and getting the -1 to get shot at because I'm like kinda on the hill but not really. And then over here, close combat, my dogs kill one of the spearmen. The spearmen go nuts and kill my freaking dogs. And it's gonna go ahead and start off turn 2. Orcs and Goblins, ChiHammer, Zod and the Goblins, turn 2. So, it's time for me to call out the Wog. I am calling out the Wog because he moved the Deep Watch really freaking close to me. He even said, shit, I meant to move him back, but he didn't. He left them right where they were, and I'm calling out the Wog. I'm charging in Crom. I'm charging in the Space Rock. I'm charging in the K-Pack. Now, guys, it's not that far of a charge. It really isn't. He does have the Runic Dismay up, but I'm giving myself +1 movement. I'm giving myself Swift Stride. I'm going to make sure that I get the highest chance possible to get in. I contemplated throwing the Chariots into the Spears. The whole thing is, first off, Crom's going to be in the flank. Is Crom. Crom is the key here. If Crom gets in, those impact hits are +1 to wound. The Spider's wounds are +1 to wound. The freaking Goblins on top are all going to get +1 to wound. That is huge. That is so huge. Well, I roll the dice. I roll like a 12 on the Chariots. I roll like a 10 on the Spider. I roll the fucking Crom, and I roll like a 7, which just made him fail before he even threw the damn Rune of Dismay in. And he fucking... and Crom fucking fails. Are you fucking kidding me, Crom? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. I charged the Iron Orcs into his rallied Rangers here, and they actually get in. Boom, over here. And then as you can see, this is the Chariots and Spider getting in. I put the Spider on this side because if he does charge my flank with his Spearmen, I'll be stubborn if he doesn't kill me. Alright. I charged Koopa in here. Now this is a mistake I made. I even contemplated just moving Koopa over towards his Warriors and then making him waste the turn with with Junior, right? But instead I charged him thinking, okay, he only has 3 wounds, he's butt naked, I got 7 attacks and a stomp, alright? All I need to do is get off 2 poisons and the stomp and I win. I kill this guy, right? Over here, as this is a better picture, and here's a picture of everybody else. I move Zod up because Zod's kind of comfortable to try to get out of basically. He's keeping leadership bubble, but he's kind of getting comfortable where he can just come out because that Oregon guns are dead. Magic phase, I got 8 power dice. I go ahead and I do a cascading fire on one of them, but he stops it, doesn't matter. And then I try to do -1 to hit. He stops that one as well, which I don't have a picture of it. Oh, actually I did get it off. Huh. Anyways, yeah, I did. I got Deceptive Glamour off, but then here's the one he didn't see coming, because I don't think anybody would see this coming. I go ahead and I do Raven's Wing on my Cave Goblins. He's like, what? And I go ahead and I pick him up, and I move him right there. I'm like, hey, what's going on? You can't charge my spider now, motherfucker, huh? And not only that, it's time for shooting phase, and come out the Cownado! The Cownado and the other Fanatic are going to go through, and now here's the deal, is I'm going to hit my spider, I'm going to hit my chariots, but at the same time, I have to kill the Deep Watch. If the Deep Watch a majority of his points, but not only that, they cannot get shield wall against special attacks. The Cownado's a special attack, the Thunderstomps are a special attack, the Impact Hits are a special attack, all these are special attacks. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do as much damage as possible. I go ahead and I throw them through, and they both roll low numbers. And they get through, but they only do damage to the spear block. They end up killing off 4 spears. Alright, these guys are going to, Bazooka and the Horde. Not Bazooka and the Horde, excuse me. Baxter and the Bushwhackers. Baxter and the Bushwhackers can go ahead and shoot the freaking Skull Splitter and the rest of the shots into his Oregon gun, and they finish off the final wound on the Oregon gun, and nobody cares. Now I have the Cave Goblins and Bazooka and the Horde shooting into the spear block. I end up killing off 5 spears. 5 more spears. And then over here, close combat. This was pathetic. This was pathetic. I charged in too wide. I didn't kill anybody. He attacks back. He kills one of my guy. It's a push. I reform into ranks wide like this so I get more attacks next turn. And then basically this fight goes on for the rest of the game. Like these fucking 12 Black Orcs cannot kill 4 fucking Rangers. Anyways, over here, close combat. I do 3 wounds. I'm not kidding. I do 3 wounds. He rolls 3 ward saves. He goes ahead and he swings back. He does 1 wound onto Koopa, and I actually tie that combat. Motherfucker. Anyways, over here, Impact Hits. Impact Hits does 4 wounds onto his guys. Now, I rolled like a 11, or roughly 11 or 12 on his Impact Hits. I do like 10 wounds, and he armor saved 6 of those 10. He armor saved 6 wounds out of 10 from 3d6 strength 5 hits. Now granted, I would have got more wounds off if Crom would have got in. But he still armor saved more than half of his wounds. Holy shit. So I go ahead and I start swinging with the spider, swinging with the dog, swinging at everybody else. And again, I don't have that +1 to wound, so it's going to hurt me a bit. I end up only killing off like 1 or 2 more guys. He starts ripping apart my chariots. He ends up swinging his general into my spider, and he kills my spider. This was part of my mistake was putting the spider on this side. I really should have put the chariots on that side and had the spider on the other side. I should have paid attention to where his general was, but I was thinking more of the future counter charges. And that was just a giant mistake. His general just ripped apart my spider with his hatred and his strength 6. It goes at Thunderstomp level, so Thunderstomp I kill off a couple more, which I forgot to give. Look at that, 3, 7 guys. Ugh, I don't know. Did I do 7? Yeah, whatever. I think I did do 7. Anyways, so I kind of win combat, I believe. I might have lost. Actually. No, I think I win. I got charge downhill. 7 wounds. He had 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think it's a push. I think it was a tie. Wow. Anyways, and it's gonna go ahead and start off his turn. Oh, this combat over here, Kupo, yeah, nothing happens. I think I put 1 wound on his guy, but his guy's unbreakable, and it's gonna go ahead and start off Orcs and Dragon Dwarves, turn 3. Dragon Dwarves, turn 3. He charges his warriors into Koopa. As you can see, I turned Koopa this way to face the flank because I don't want to get big flanked. I just don't. Anyways, over here he charges the Spearmen into the Cave Goblins as far as he could connect. And then, yeah, that's how the table looks. His Runesmith rallies. His warriors are hunting down my Forest Goblins. Magic phase, he got 5 power dice, and he also channels. He gets off -1 wound on his spear block, and then he starts shooting my fanatics with his forge repeater. He's like, "Get away from him! Get away from him!" Over here, his marksmen start shooting my forest goblins. Ouch! Jesus Christ! Stop it! He killed 5 of them, motherfucker. I only have, look at this. I only have about 5 or 6 left. That sucks. Over here, close combat. Alright. I put 1 wound onto the Vengeance Seeker. He goes ahead and he swings with his... Yeah, the Vengeance Seeker only has 1 wound left. I go ahead and I start swinging at these guys. I end up killing 1 of them. Just 1 of them. Because I'm trying to hope that I don't get that... give him that extra rank bonus. He goes ahead and he swings. And he kills... Does he kill? No, he doesn't. He just wins combat res. He has a charge... a flank, might have did a wound versus my 2 wounds. So he wins combat by 1. I'm leadership 7, no reroll. I fail it, I run, he chases me down, and he overruns towards the objective. That sucks. Alright. Over here, he continues to rip apart my chariots. He leaves 1 chariot alive with a couple wounds. The chariot runs. The chariot didn't do shit in combat. Runs away. And as you can see, Crom's just like, oh, I see some people over there. And then, yeah. Over here, close combat, I kill 1 of his spear dwarves. Just 1. And he kills off about 3 or 4 of my guys. He's -1 to hit. I don't have nets, but I wish I did. But not in this iteration. In the next iteration, my ETC iteration, I get nets. But, he kills 3 of my guys. He wins combat. He has a charge, 2 ranks, banner, BSB, 3 wounds. I have 1 wound. I run really far. I run through my common goblins, through my forest goblins, and end up in the ruins. And I end up losing like 8 guys in the ruins. Alright. And nobody really cared. Everybody just kind of stuck there like, oh, look at those pussies. And it's going to... Yeah, there's everybody dying in the ruins. Over here, close combat. I kill 1 dwarf. He kills 1 iron orc. And, yeah, that's how it looks. It's going to start off my turn. Orcs and goblins, turn 3. Zod and goblins, turn 3. Zod and goblins, turn 3. I'm going to charge the common goblins. I need like a 10, though, into his spear block. And honestly, in all honesty, I could have shot them for a turn. But I'm like, you know what? I need to break these fuckers. They're in my way. Crom's charging it to his deep watch. I'm not really worried. Crom is tough 8. He doesn't have any strength 7 or above guys in there, so even though if he's strength 4, even if whatever, I'm going to be able to do some damage with Crom and basically thunderstomp his deep watch to death. That's all I'm thinking about. I'm kind of thinking like oh well, I already messed up this far, might as well keep going. Anyways, I moved my forest goblins in the ruins, but I moved the ruins out of the way so you can kind of see better. My cave goblins rallied. My common goblins failed the charge. Crom got in, and basically that's how it looks. I moved Zod this way to kind of cover the counter charge if he does charge in. And then Magic Phase. Magic Phase got 8 power dice. I got 8 power dice. I go ahead and I do a Pyro Flow on these warriors. It goes off. I think it kills the warriors. I don't have a picture of what happened to them. I think it did kill the warriors. What happened here? Why do I have this picture here? I don't know. I don't know what happened here. Over here, close combat, I kill off 1 more ranger, but he sticks. And then over here, close combat, yeah, because there's no shooting. Over here, close combat, oh, this is still movement. I move the Cownado. The Cownado kills off 2 of his. No. I think the Cownado was just there. Anyways. No, that was impact hits. Impact hits kills 2 guys. He swings. He does 2 wounds onto Crom. Crom goes ahead and hits him with freaking Thunder Stomp and kills off 5 more. Crom! Crom is just like, fuck your deep watch, fuck your fucking deep watch, and there's a ChiAmbulance. Totally a ChiAmbulance. And it's going to go ahead and start off turn 4. He sticks, he's stubborn. And it's going to start off turn 4, Dwarven Holes. Dwarven Holes turn 4. He's going to charge Junior into Crom. He needs a 10. He fails it. Whew. Okay, he charges his spear block, and this is the moment. I'm talking to Jesse on the car ride to Chicago, from Chicago to Ohio, talking about how to deal with him. Phil Carl's in the car ride with Mark coming from Pennsylvania to Ohio, and he's telling him, in case you ever fight James, don't ever, ever, ever charge it to the common goblins. It's a trap. Alright? And what does he do? He charges into the common goblins. So he charges in, gets in, alright? Which I'm like, okay, fine. I wanted this fight. I wanted this fight right here. Alright, Magic Phase got 6 power dice. He goes in and gives these guys all the buffs. And I think that's where his thought process was if he could buff these guys enough, he has hatred against me, he'll fuck me up and I'll lose. Even though it's a trap, it's he potentially could outgrind me, no problem. My Chariot rallied last turn, so he's kind of looking that way. I kind of had a thought process behind it, yeah, that's about it. I could have done this differently. No, I couldn't have. That stupid thing. Anyways, shooting phase. I mean, he gives these guys like -1 to hit or -1 to wound. One of those two. I forgot which one it was. It might have been -1 to hit. I think it was -1 to hit. Anyways, over here, he shoots Forge Repeater into my Chariot. Only does 1 wound. He shoots the Marksman into my Cave Goblins. Does 2 wounds. And then over here, close combat. As you can see, Crom is no longer there. Now, really quick, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do a Thunder Stomp. And apparently, I gave these guys -1 to hit in the last turn too. But I'm gonna not Thunder Stomp. I'm gonna go ahead and do a Thunder Stomp. He only has 3 or 4 guys left. There's not that many guys left, right? But what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna try to do a crush attack and kill his general. I'm gonna try, right? So I go ahead and I roll it, and I fucking roll a 6, and I'm like, holy shit! And then, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I actually had the same conversation in my head that I had in the first game, where I'm looking at the 2 dice, thinking, which one of you dice is gonna do it for me? And I had a roll off, and the dice that won it got it. So I'm like, all right, cool. I roll a 6 to hit his general. Bam! I'm gonna hit his general. I roll to wound. I roll like a 2, and I'm like, ah! It still wounds. And he goes, I got the equivalent of a bluffer helm, so you have to re-roll that wound. The minute he said that, it didn't matter which dice I picked. The minute he said that, it didn't matter what I did. I was gonna roll a 1. I grab the dice, I roll a 1. Motherfucker! Motherfucker! So then he goes ahead and he swings and he kills Crom. I do Thunder Stomp, I do kill off a couple guys. Anyways, over here, I finally killed these bastards. Fuck you guys. Fuck you. Alright, over here, close combat, he wipes out. I mean, look at this. That unit filler, 6, so 7, 8 common goblins. My common goblins only kill 2 back. I am steadfast, and he's like, shit. It's going to go ahead and start off turn 4 Orcs and Goblins. Turn 4 Orcs and Goblins. So this is a Hail Mary. He's like, dude, we only got like 10 or 20 minutes left, or less than 10 minutes, I think it was. And I'm like, this is the last turn of the game, basically. So I'm like, this is a Hail Mary. So I decided to charge. We'll call this one Kaiser. We charge Kaiser. This will be Koga. This is Koga. We're going to charge Koga into Junior, even though it's through the dangerous terrain in the water. Because if I could kill that Vengeance Seeker, again, this is a Hail Mary. If I could kill that Vengeance Seeker with impact hits, I could cause a panic on the Warriors, and the Warriors could run off the objective. It's highly unlikely, but it has a chance. It has a chance. So I'm not 100%. I mean, it's worth it. It's worth the chance. Hindsight's 20/20. Hindsight is like, you know what? I could have just chilled and kept my 300-point chariot, 320-point chariot. But hey, it is what it is. He reformed, so he's sitting off the flank here because he didn't want Zod charging into his flank. So he gave me a frontage, and Zod is charging in. Zod doesn't give a fuck. Zod wants to fight. Zod is ready for a fight. Zod don't care. Zod has been like, I've been sitting back here for way too long. Let's do it. And then Zod goes in, of course. Over here, the Fanatic, the Madget, goes through his unit and kills off 2 more Deep Watch. He has 2 Deep Watch left. 2 motherfucking Deep Watch left. Anyways, over here, close combat. You can see Zod got in, or Magic. Magic got 7 power dice, give him -1 to hit, goes off. I give myself Cascading Fire, goes off. I think he failed to stop either spell. Over here, close combat, I rammed the shit out of that guy. I did take 1 DT, by the way. He goes ahead and he swings at initiative 10, and we kill each other. Causes a panic, he passes it. Like I said, if he ran off the objective, it was definitely worth it. That was a 1,200-point gamble right there. It was more like a 600-point gamble. But didn't work. Anyways, over here, close combat. Oh, man. This is brutal. This is really brutal. He doesn't have hatred anymore. He's -1 to hit. So he's hitting my common goblins on 5s. I go ahead and I punk him. My impact hits, kill a bunch. Even if he challenges, I give him a Shady Git. So my Shady Git like stabs 1 dude. I think it was his champ. Kills the dude. So that way Zod could get his impact hits. And I just start killing a bunch of his spear warriors. I kill like 5 or 6 of them. I mean, they do get the freaking stupid shield wall rule. But he barely killed any of... He barely hit any of my goblins. He loses combat. Big. He loses combat big. And the funny part is, I'm looking at this picture right now, Mark. I know you're listening to this, Mark. And all I keep on thinking about is how many times you asked me to help you do flock. And all I see on the back of your tray is flock. Like, on your tray. Anyways. He loses combat big. He is not steadfast. He is not stubborn. I win this combat by a metric shit ton. He runs... and he gets away. And this is the bottom of 4. Okay? So, just to recap, okay? This is the bottom of 4. You could look at the table on this side, and you could probably look at the table on the other side if I had a picture. He has a fleeing unit that's still alive, okay? Which has 1 turn to rally in the water, might I add. Okay? He has a unit of handgunners that's healthy. He has a Rune Priest, an Engineer with no engine, no war machines near him, 2 Deep Watch, his General, and like 1 unit of warriors left. I still have my common goblins, Zod, my magic, and my cave goblins are shooting still, and a fanatic still running around. If this game was to continue, it would be a much bigger score in my favor. Even if he rallies with the BSB, even if he rallies, I'm still going to charge him again. He cannot escape my next charge. Unless he flees. And if he flees, that's really just going to push him pretty much close to the edge of the table. And he doesn't get the general's leadership on that. And he doesn't get the BSB reroll. And it might cause more panics. Who knows? Actually, I believe they ran towards his MacBook Air box. But anyways, after we added up points, after we added up all the fucking points, it was a 10-10. Give me 2 more turns. Mark knows it too. Give me 2 more turns, and I would have been able to take out at least 3 to 5 more points. But because we stopped on turn 4, it was a 10-10. Which, in all hindsight, it's okay. Because if I would have got 5 more points, I would have probably been playing against like Shannon Powell on table 2. But I didn't have to. I didn't have to fight Shannon Powell. I didn't have to fight Justin Berge. I didn't have to fight. I had to fight. I mean, it was just like I didn't have to go to the top table because we timed out. I got a 10-10. Anyways, so that's my game 4. MVP of this game, I do like Zod, I do like Crom. Let's see. I want to look at the points. Oh, I know who my MVP. The MVP is pretty simple. MVP is Baxter, the Pyromaniac. He took out both organ guns. Baxter and the Bushwhackers. I'm giving it to both, the Baxter and the Bushwhackers, because Baxter is in the unit of Bushwhackers, and they both hunted down those war machines and took them out of commission. Crom could have easily been the MVP if Crom would have got in that charge with that combo charge with the K-Pack and Spider. They could have ripped apart. I'm not kidding. They would have ripped apart between Thunderstomps and Impact Hits that whole unit of Deep Watch. But just because the way it happened, it just didn't happen. Anyways, so Baxter and the Pyromaniac, yeah, they took the most points. They took 600. Baxter himself took 646 on top of the Bushwhackers, 195 points. That's like 700 or 800 points there. As you can see, nobody really took a massive amount of points. Everybody took like 300s and 200s, just because everybody chipped some damage, but nobody took all the damage. The closest one was Bazooka and the Hordes at 457. So it was a 10-10. This is the first non-win I've ever had at Buckeyes. The first non-win. I didn't have a loss, but I'm still undefeated. That's what I kept telling. That's what I told my next opponent. I told him, hey, I'm undefeated at Buckeyes. Anyways. Yeah, that's about it, guys. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this battle report. I enjoyed making it. This is a long one. I'm sorry, but there's a lot of information in there. And like I said, this game took forever just because we were we're both cerebral people thinking about every possible outcome going on here. We both didn't want to make a mistake. That's the truth. Alright. At the beginning of this game, my friend Pete Reese was playing Chris Mintz. I go, hey, Pete, do me a favor. Beat Chris. And then Pete Reese is a dwarf player. He goes, hey, do me a favor. Beat Mark. So he comes up to me and I go, hey, Pete, how'd you do? Did you beat Chris? He goes, 20-0. And I was like, yes. And he goes, no, he got the 20. I got the O. I was like, shit. Oh, man. And he goes, how'd you do against Mark? I go, I got a 10-10. So basically, Mark is in the lead for best Dwarvenhold player. And I honestly believe Mark finished in the top 10. I do have it up somewhere. Let's see. Buckeye battle. Mark, he finished... Nope. Number 11. Actually, yeah. Number 11. Just under Phil Carl. Yeah, and he has a tie score with me right now. We're at 60 points even, both of us. Anyways, so at 60 points, it's me, my brother. My brother kept caught back up to us, even though he had that first game that kind of pushed him down a bit. Chris Mintz, Jeremy Gottschalk. I think Jeremy Gottschalk's a little bit higher than me, but he's actually my round 5 opponent. Which Jeremy Gottschalk, if you guys don't know, Jeremy Gottschalk won what is that? Maryland one. I think it was like Grail Quest or something like that, or I forgot what it was called. Oh, I can't remember the name. Actually, let's look it up because Mark was at it, and I have Mark up right now. Battle Cry? Yeah, it was Battle Cry. Actually, Mark here took second place at Battle Cry. First place was Jeremy Gottschalk. Anyways, and Jeremy took first place at the Gauntlet, and Jeremy took first place at another tournament as well. So Jeremy is like one of the top players of the United States, and he not only that, he's also on Team USA. So it's going to be a hell of a game round 5 when I'm playing the freaking right now the #1 player on War Score, or I think he was #1 player on War Score. I don't know. Round 5 of Buckeye battles. Dun dun dun! Guys, if you enjoy my content, please hit like and subscribe. If you guys can, please donate to my channel. I have a Patreon set up. Honestly, I am looking for help anywhere because it's going to cost me a lot of money to go to Salamanca, Spain. And if you guys do enjoy my content, please just think of it as a tip jar. You guys could always tip your favorite artist by going into Patreon and just showing your support. Anything helps. You guys might not think it's a lot, but $1 to $2 to $5, all of it adds up for me, and it helps out a huge amount. And guys, again, sorry this battle report was so long. I'm just trying to get them out to you. Like I said, I'm getting dental surgery in a day or two, so I'm just trying to get this out. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I told you what my MVP was. Looking forward to giving you round 5. And game 5 is always going to take me the longest because I have a lot of things to say after the fact on my points of my own units, as well as the points or who won the tournaments. Alright, so guys, I hope you enjoy this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace. And Mark, you're a great opponent. I believe I gave you my second vote for a favorite opponent. I don't remember who I gave my. I know I put James Valdez as one of them, but whatever. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.